Hey guys, what's going on? This video I want to be taking a look at two different Instagram growth services. The first one being Upgrow.com, which is a pretty new Instagram marketing service that promises you a bunch of like real Instagram followers, real Instagram likes, no bots, no fake followers and stuff like that, versus like another Instagram marketing tool right here, which is a pretty well-known one by now. It's called Wolfgrowth.com. Most people know it by now. A lot of people are using, a lot of people are talking about it. Even a bunch of like influencers and stuff like that. It came out, they're using it to do mass story viewing, mass story liking. It's basically where you go out there and view, tens of thousands of stories of highly targeted people every single day. And you've probably seen this yourself, some big accounts viewing your stories and stuff like that. Chances are these guys have been using wolfgrowth.com or a similar tool or whatever. This video I want to show you like wolfgrowth.com and how this all works and how this compares to like a service like Upgrow.com. So first things first, when we look at Upgrow.com on the homepage, we have this almost traditional looking get real Instagram followers automatically using AI because, AI is a buzzword and a lot of companies are using it right now. If they're actually using AI, no one really knows because that's all in the back end. So they're saying no bots, no fake followers, no passwords, which obviously it sounds great. It sounds nice. That's what people want to hear. But there's a little problem with that already because if you do not give a company your password, whether it is through actually giving it to them or through like a software, like a backend or whatever, how are they gonna manage your account? How are they gonna do anything with your account besides using third-party stuff, to deliver followers to you and stuff like that? And I don't want to say what kind of followers they deliver with third-party tools, but you can kind of guess what I mean. Okay, so obviously just a guaranteed growth for your money back. They all say that, and they got a bunch of like, I'm not sure how legit this is right here. BuzzFeed, Gymshark, Dyson, IKEA, all of these things. I'm not sure if those companies actually endorse this Upgrow service right here. But you could research that, Kylie Cosmetics and stuff like that. They might have, but probably not. Okay. And when you see these numbers right here on the homepage, 58,000 people, Instagrammers in all niches, customers and stuff like that. Obviously all of these sites, they put these things on their website, but we all know how legit those reviews and stuff are. Okay, so now let's get to the important part of the service right here, which is obviously the pricing. Okay, and you can obviously see they got three different pricing packages right here: the basic plan, the pro plan, and the turbo plan. So with their pro plan being the most popular one right here, and you can see with this plan right here, they promise you 2,500 up to 3,500 real followers per month. Okay, so that, guys, and if you see my other videos, my other reviews and stuff, that is always the thing, like the tricky thing. Okay, that's always like, how do you guys promise me a certain amount of followers if for a certain amount of money? How does that work? Because when you take a look at other tools, like for example, like Wolfgrowth.com, like a mass story viewer tool, like a real software where you can engage, where you actually engage with people, the number of followers is never guaranteed. Nowhere in their pricing you will ever see like, oh, you get 5,000 followers if you buy this or whatever, right? Because how do you guarantee that? Right? Because every single Instagram account is different. Every niche is different. The follow back rates are different. It's just different how people in different niches, how they react. And there's also differences between countries, locations, cultures, and stuff like that, right? So you can't just like sign anyone up for like $100 and say, oh, you're going to get 2,500 followers from this service without even doing any research, without even knowing like what kind of niche that person is in and how people react to the content and stuff like that, right? I could sign up here with like an empty, like fresh account and they would just promise me 2,500 followers. So how does that work, right? I can tell you guys how that works, right? It's basically they are delivering bot followers, bot followers to your guys' Instagram accounts if you sign up with them. I'm not saying all of the accounts that are coming to you as followers from this service right here are going to be fake. I'm not saying that, but the chances are a good chunk of them are fake, because here's what happens, right? If someone signs up for like $100 right here, right? And at the end of the month, they only have, through whatever method maybe they do follow for follow, liking for liking, stuff like that, right? To grow their account. And at the end of the month, they only have 500 followers from that. Now that person could say, I want my money back because you promised me 2,500, but I only got 500 followers. So obviously now what is Upgrow going to do? Are they just going to like refund their money? No, they're not going to do that. They're going to deliver some fake followers to their account, and then they're going to be like, yo, we did deliver the followers, right? So that's how this basically works, right? And that's why, I'm not saying all of the followers that you're going to get right here are going to be bad and it's going to be fake and stuff like that. But the chances are there is going to be a good amount of followers that are just not going to be legit when you use a service like that. So what these companies usually do is they will take your account, they will make you connected to like their backend and stuff like that, so you can see their analytics and it looks all pretty on the platform and stuff like that. And obviously then they do have your password, they do have your account data and stuff like that. So what they're going to do is they're going to use your account, they're going to mass follow and mass like. They basically, essentially, they're going to use the follow for follow method and the liking method and stuff that used to be popular back in the day, like 8 years ago, and to get you a few followers every single month using that method. Right? That's essentially what they do. But there's not only is it not, are they not saying that they're doing that? There's a little bit of problem there. Not only are they not saying that they're doing that, but they're also risking your Instagram account, guys. Okay. So what they're doing is like they're doing all of these methods, but these methods are dangerous, because what's happening is if you do follow for follow, if you follow like 500, 600 people a day, obviously they might try to stay in the limits, because obviously they might try to stay within the limits so you don't get banned, but there is a high chance of you getting shadow banned, using these services where you do follow for follow and liking for liking, because that's just how Instagram works. Okay. Instagram doesn't like that. So they will shadow ban you. They might actually restrict your account. They might put like action blocks on it where you just can't follow anyone, you can't like anything anymore. They might do all of these things. So obviously it's not really worth it. It is going to be different for a site like wolfgrowth.com. And as I said in the beginning of the video, this is a mass story viewer right here, and it starts at like $100. Obviously it goes up to 200, but that's more for like advanced stuff. As you can see right here with the basic plus version, you have pretty much the mass story viewer and the mass story liker, which is literally why 99% of people who are signing up for Wolfgrowth, that's why they actually sign up for the software. You just sign up and you get your username and your password. So the way this looks like on the back end right here is simply like this. So once you got your login details, username and password, you just log in at wolfgrowth.xyz, and then you're just ready to go. Obviously I already got my account added right here, as you can see. But if you do not have your account added, you just go to connect new account up top, and you're going to add your username, your password. And don't worry, it's not like you're actually giving Wolfgrowth your login details. It's essentially like going through the API, through the back end, and it's like you're pretty much, it's like you're essentially logging into Instagram on your phone, just like on the site right here. Okay, so then what you want to do is you want to go down to, obviously you can see so many different features right here. You want to ignore all of these features and we go down to Mass Story Engager Pro. That's the Mass Story Engager Pro tool. That is what everyone is hyped about. That's the Mass Story Viewer and the Mass Story Liker. Okay, and obviously you can see there are so many different options, but I will not go through any of these other options right here. I would just tell you right now in this video, I just want to show you what you actually have to set up in order to make it run, or make it run in a good way, so you can actually get a bunch of followers. Have a bunch of other neat stuff, but that's more like, you can check out their tutorials on YouTube and stuff. They got a bunch of tutorials up here. Okay. Now, the first thing you want to do is go to story actions. Okay. Oh no, actually go to target settings. That's the first thing you want to do, because you want to set your targets, right? So obviously if you're in a certain niche, like that could be anything, whatever niche you're in, there's going to be big Instagram accounts in your niche that have a bunch of followers that could be potentially interested in what you have to offer, right? So for example, if I'm in the business niche, which I am, there's like, you know, big accounts like Tony Robbins, Gary Vee, Tim Ferriss, like all of these people who have millions and millions of followers that I could potentially target using the software right here, okay? Obviously, there's many different target options. You can target people with followers, hashtags, people who like certain hashtags and stuff like that. But to keep it real with you guys, all you really have to do is check followers, because what that will basically do is it will tell Wolfgrowth will pretty much do the whole thing for you. Okay, Wolfgrowth will pretty much go out there, use AI and their algorithm and stuff like that to determine like what kind of accounts are the best to view the stories of, meaning what kind of people, when you view their stories, are most likely going to follow you and going to check you out, which are the most active people. Like it kind of does it by checking out these big accounts and like, you know, seeing like who's commenting on their posts, who's like engaging with them, who's messaging them, who's like liking their stuff and stuff like that, right? So that kind of like, that's kind of like how it works. So all you want to do is you want to get the target list, like go to ChatGPT and type in a bunch of like, get a bunch of targets like in your niche, like a bunch of usernames, like a bunch of @usernames, right? And all you want to do is like want to get like a list of like 50, 60 people, because remember, you need a list of, and then you insert them and then we'll add it to the software. Keep in mind, you need a bunch of people. Actually, I only got 35 right now. I have to add more so I can view more stories. As you can see right here, I only view like 10,000 stories a day right now. I got to up my game a little bit because I kind of ignored it for the past few days. But what you want to do is you want to add like 60 people in here, like 60 big usernames. Then you want to go down right here to story action. You're pretty much all set, almost. Like that's going to be checked by default. You want to just, if it's not checked, you want to check this, view stories and like stories. I mean, it's a no-brainer. It just pretty much means you are going to view massive amounts of stories, 10, 20, 30,000 a day, and you're going to like stories. Some people are kind of like afraid of the like option because they don't like to like a bunch of stories because they think it might be like dangerous against the algorithm and stuff like that. That is not true at all. There's pretty much no limits to how many stories you can like. I never got an action, like I never got any blogs due to doing this. So there's no point of not doing it. Okay. By the way, do not change or try to not change the settings right here because they're already the perfect settings by default, you know, and they're already somewhat aggressive and they're already going to give you a bunch of like followers and stuff like that. If you do want it more aggressive, you can try. You can even contact their support to unlock certain like limits and like lift certain limits so you can view more stories and stuff like that. That all works. But yeah, for starters, just start out like that. It's completely fine. Okay. They do also have other mass interactions, as you can see right here. Wolfgrowth can also do whatever the other big sites could do, like back in the day, like Jarvie, Instagram, or Follow Liker and stuff like that. You can mass like, you know, you can like post comments, you can do follow, like you can do so many follows every single day. Obviously, this is not recommended at all because that might get your account banned and stuff like that. So don't do this, but maybe do it with like 30 to 20 followers a day if you really want to. But it's not really worth it. It doesn't really matter because you already got like the whole mass story viewing stuff going on. So it doesn't really matter if you do this because you just don't really need it. So yeah, once that is done, all you got to do is go down right here, status, click active, and then click save. And that's pretty much it, right? Then you can go to your activity log and you can see what happens right here. 5 stories liked, 14 stories marked as seen. You can just take control. You can take full control of your Instagram account, what you do, which is also like a difference to this software right here, or this service right here, because pretty much when you sign up for a service like this, you let other people do that for you. And you basically take your Instagram growth, you give it in the hands of other people, okay, which is not that great because you don't really know what they're actually doing, right? With this one right here, you can set everything up yourself. You have your own settings. You can do it in a very detailed and very, you know, like it pretty much in the perfect way. You know, you can set everything up the way you want it to be set up, okay? Then you want to go, you can go to stats, which is also very interesting. You can see every single account that you target. You can see like how many followers you get from it, how many people, you know, viewing the stories off and stuff like that every single day. right? You can see this by every single day right here. As you can see right here, you know, today just started obviously, but yesterday I viewed 13,000 stories right here. Mass looking 13,162. And I got over, what does it say? 638 followers just yesterday. 638 new followers just in one day, okay? Which is actually crazy to think about, okay? Because those are real followers. Now calculate that on a month. So that would be like 18,000 followers or whatever every single month. So when it comes to my final verdict of the upgrow.com versus wolfgrowth.com debate, I want to say that the clear winner, and you guys already know what it is, the clear winner to me is obviously wolfgrowth.com, because it is what it is. It's just a better tool. It's just a real software. It's a real SaaS. It's a real software you can add your Instagram account to, and you can get a bunch of followers and 100% real followers by using a method that is actually legit, and there's no limits to it, and there's no bad things that happen to your account if you're using this method, like the mass story viewing, mass liking method. You can do it unlimited times, and there's no you're not going to get restricted by doing that, and you're only going to get real followers, versus a site upgrow.com, which is like, it gets you a few real followers, no questions asked. It's not an actual scam in that sense, but what it basically does is, you know, you give them your Instagram account. They log in, they kind of manage it for you to do follow for follow. They like a bunch of stuff. You might get action blocks. There's risk involved, you know, and then, you know, you might get a few hundred followers per month, and then they have to add a few more bot followers because they have to add up. They have to, you know, make it so you reach a certain number so you don't complain and stuff like that, you know. So both got pros and cons. It is what it is. Wolfgrowth is obviously the better solution. And yeah, that being said, hope you guys liked the video, and see you in the next one.